Okay, grade 9. So we're going to do a little lesson here today on finding the point of intersection. Okay, maybe you're thinking to yourself, what does point of intersection mean? Well, intersection means let's try to see if I can pick a good color here. We're going to go with, let's go with this. Point of intersection is the point, okay, an XY point where two lines cross. Oh, okay, where two lines cross. That is what the point of intersection means. Okay, so we're going to be doing this today and tomorrow. And the idea here is we're going to do it two ways. Today we're going to focus on how to graph this, how to find it using graphs. And then tomorrow we're going to do this using just algebra. Okay? So we want to point, and notice here, it's an X and Y coordinate where two lines cross. Okay? So let's try a couple examples. Well, let's actually look at these ones first. Which of these have points of intersection that we can see? Think about it for a second. Well, yeah, our first one has a point of intersection, and our last one has a point of intersection. Okay? Now, the other two, my question to you, will they have points of intersection? Think about that for a second. Will graph number 2, will those lines intersect? And will graph number 3, will those lines intersect? I would say yes. For number 2, you can see that these graphs appear, these lines, the blue and red, appear to be getting closer and closer and closer together. So that, yeah, they might intersect somewhere down here. Okay. But if we look at number 3, well, what do you notice about those two lines? We actually have a word to describe those lines. Maybe somebody can think of it. Well, those lines are parallel. Okay. They look like they have the exact same slope. So those lines will actually never intersect. Okay. So if two lines have the same slope, they won't intersect. Otherwise, two lines that have different slopes will always intersect. Okay. Do these lines intersect? Yes, they do. They have a point of intersection right here. And when we refer to point of intersection in math, we call it a POI. And what we generally say is there's a POI at, and then we write the coordinate. So this is over 1, 2. So that's an X coordinate of 2 and a Y coordinate of 1, 2, 3, 4. So that point is 2, 4. Or a POI, or a point of intersection, at 2, 4. So you can see that if we graph two lines, it's pretty clear to see where that point of intersection is. So now the challenge becomes, well, do we remember how to graph? Yes, that's why we have a refresher here. Okay, so what I'm going to do quickly is you should right now have this sheet in front of you. Let me scroll, scroll, scroll. You should all have this sheet in front of you. Finding the point of intersection. Okay, this is the page that we're going to be working off of. Okay, so sorry, it has 4 graphs on it. Okay, that was in the orange folder, and hopefully that has been handed out. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look. So our first one. So you can write this as equation 1 on your pages, and you can write this as equation 2 on your pages. Now, we're going to graph it. Now, I'm going to show you the first one, and what we'll do maybe for the next few, if you want in class, or you can just keep playing it, but maybe each time we'll pause it, see if you can graph it, and then play the video again. Okay, so for this one, we'll do it maybe together here. And we're going to start by looking at what is for each line. I always like to write what is my slope and what is my y-intercept. So for this one, my slope is 5 over 1, and my y-intercept is -4. That means I'm going to start, I'm going to do this one in green. Let's do this one in green. I'm going to start at -4, and I'm going to go up 5 over 1. Up 5 over 1, up 5 over 1. And I get a nice line like this. Okay, there's our first line. Now the next one, I have a slope of -2 over 3 and a y-intercept of 3. So let's do this one in orange. A y-intercept of 3 and a slope of -2 over 3. So we're going to go down 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go down 2, 1, 2, over 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And if I graph this line, that's going to look like, whoops, okay. Sorry about that. That's going to look like this. Okay. So that's how we graph those two lines. Now, notice this point of intersection is a little bit difficult to see. Okay. This point of intersection falls right here. This isn't a very nice point of intersection. We will generally have points of intersection that fall right on your grid lines. If I had to write what this point of intersection is, I would estimate it to say that my x-coordinate is maybe a little bit bigger than 1, so maybe like 1.2, and my y-coordinate is a little bigger than 2, so maybe 2.2. That one's just an estimate. Usually those points of intersection will work out nicely, okay? So there's how we graph those. Now let's try another one. So here is one I want you to try. So maybe let's pause the video for a second, okay? You can try to graph those two lines and see if you can find the point of intersection. All right, we'll say pause now. Okay. Hopefully, maybe we started again. Hopefully we did that pause. If not, that's all right too. So I'm going to, why is that not going away? First find the slope, which is equal to -3 here. Find the y-intercept, which is equal to 4. I'm going to do this one in green. So my y-intercept is 4. It's going, sorry, that's -3 over 1. So that's down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1, down 3 over 1. We can give a little sketch of what that line looks like. Okay. My next one is a slope of 3 over 1 and a y-intercept of -2. So let's do this one in this purple pinkish color. So -2. And this one's up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And you see there we have a point of intersection. So here we have a pretty clear point of intersection. So we say our POI is at That coordinate is 1, 1. Okay? Let's try our next one. So again here, we'll pause the video. You can give this a shot. So we'll pause it now. Okay. Hopefully maybe we pause that. If not, no worries. We're going to write down what is our slope of this first one. Remember, what's the number in front of x there? The number in front of x is 1, and so that's a slope of 1 over 1. And my y-intercept is -3. My second one, my slope is 7 over 1, and my y-intercept is 3. So let's try and draw these. So I can draw the first one in purple. So -3, and it's 1 over 1. So up 1 over 1, 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 down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. We can sketch my line. My second one we'll do in blue. And it's a y-intercept of 3 and a slope of 7 over 1. Oh boy. Okay. So that means up 7 over 1. But notice we can't do that. So instead we're going to go down 7 over 1. And notice that brings us right to that point there. So if I were to connect these lines, let's try that a little better. Let's try that one more time. Okay. You see we have our point of intersection there where our two lines meet right here. So we say that our POI, our point of intersection, it's at -1x is our x coordinate, and -1, 2, 3, 4, -4. All right, let's try. I think I got one more. Yeah, one more. Okay. So this one says find the point of intersection between the following two. So again, let's pause the video. Okay, hopefully you got that paused, tried it out, figured out some points of intersection, and we'll try this now. So slope here is -4 over 1. My y-intercept is 2. In this one, my slope is 1 over 1, and my y-intercept is -3. Okay? So I'm going to do my first one in this cool color here. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's red. Make it a little bigger. Yeah, I think it's just red. It's not that cool a color. That's not a bad color. Let's go y-intercept of 2. We're going down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. Down 4 over 1. And we can go up 4 over 1. Let's try and sketch this line out. Whoa. It's tough drawing these lines on a computer without a ruler. Challenge. Okay. And my next one, let's do that one let's do rainbow. It's our last one of the lesson. Y-intercept of -3, and we're going up 1 over 1, 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 down 1, left 1, down 1, left 1. And we can draw my nice rainbow line in there. Okay. And we see that our y-intercept is right here. Or sorry, our POI is at, what is that coordinate? It's 1, -2. Okay. So there's 4 examples for you. You can now take some time to work on the worksheets. So let's scroll down a little bit here. So what you're going to work on now is you're going to work on this worksheet here. Okay, point of intersection. And then there's a little challenge question for you there. Come up with an equation. That's actually a pretty tough one. See if you can do that one. And then I'll have another sheet for you as well for tomorrow to practice this. All right. We will see you all later. Have a great rest of your day and talk to you later.